So, Sekou, what's the feel here for this Cleveland team who has thrived in that building that you're in, and they seem like a whole new club from just 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, Jared, just talking to people, the coaches and certainly people around the team, they just feel like they're a much more in shape, focused group than they were earlier in the season. They figured some things out. They've got their rotation figured out, pretty well, and they're playing better. And LeBron's playing fantastic. I mean, 15 seasons in, you can ask the question, and it was posed to Mike Budenholzer, the Hawks coach, before the game here tonight. Are you surprised that he's as good as he's been this deep into his career? And of course, Bud said no. He's been the best for quite some time and will continue to be so. And it starts with him, as we all know, but certainly it's not just him. Kyle Korver's playing, much better. They got some guys that can knock down shots in the fourth quarters. They know exactly what they want to do. LeBron orchestrates for everybody else, and they get it rolling, and they're tough to deal with.
Sekou, what's up, man? It's Booz. How you doing?
Good. Booz, what's up, man?
Doing good. I had a question. So, obviously, the Cavs been rolling. Obviously, LeBron's been playing at an MVP kind of level. But I wanted to say, do you attribute the veteran bench stepping up and playing a lot better, like you mentioned, D-Wade playing better, Korver playing better? Is that the main reason why they're starting to get wins now?
I think that has a ton to do with it, Booz, and I think it has to do with D-Wade, being comfortable and kind of figuring out that he's got to be the catalyst for that group. And you got to remember now, this team is going to get Isaiah Thomas back at some point. So not only are they playing really well, and finding a rhythm right now, when Isaiah Thomas comes back, and they're doing this without Tristan Thompson in the lineup. So when they get all these guys back, they know that they're going to be able to go to another level as a group. So to get the bench sorted out now before Christmas, to get these guys playing in a rhythm, this is all a bonus. Tyronn Lue was kind of joking around, before the game, that the conversation surrounding this team the last time they saw the Hawks was doom and gloom. Everybody was, talking doomsday scenarios. They couldn't believe that a team like the Hawks would be able to do what they did to, the kingpins of the Eastern Conference. But that whole vibe has shifted dramatically to this point. Cleveland on this win streak right now, with everybody kind of filling their roles and figuring things out, is a much different animal.
And speaking of animals, Sekou, when Kyrie left, everyone was all in an uproar. But had it been a kind of a good thing for LeBron and Kevin Love, because now Kyrie's not there in the fourth quarter, now we're seeing a LeBron James being really a scorer and Kevin Love having an opportunity to step up more in the season?
Well, yeah, look, I think it's a good thing, 3D, when you mention it in that framework, because you're talking about these guys learning to be effective in different ways without leaning on Kyrie the way they did maybe the last 3 years. But again, I bring up Isaiah Thomas. It's going to be very interesting. Somebody I was talking to before the game here mentioned that they've seen him running, seen him working out, just trying to get back healthy and get himself together. And they were like, I'll be interested to see if this team is even better than they were with Kyrie, because people tend to underestimate and underrate Isaiah Thomas as a shot maker and scorer. You think about the way he worked out on people last season and what he did without LeBron, without Kevin Love, and what he'd be able to do with those guys on the floor with him. This Cleveland team could be really, really special when they get Isaiah Thomas back.
With all that said, though, we saw the other night what Kevin Love can be when given the opportunity, and it happens few and far between with this team, but the 38 points he scored. And this is something Ty Lue, Sekou, as you know, has been talking about since the summer, especially once they knew Kyrie would be out. This could be the return of Kevin Love we saw in Minnesota. You expect them to go back to that tonight, just like they did the other night?
Yeah, and with Dwayne Dedmon out, Jared, that gives them, the benefit of using Kevin Love in the ways that they love to, which is him taking advantage of big men who are not going to be able to deal with him. He rebounds as well as you'd want to out of a guy playing in that position. And then the fact that he can go out on the floor anywhere and score and be effective in that way makes it really tough to cover him for these Hawks big men. So Kevin Love is going to get every opportunity he wants to be as effective as possible, and it only helps Cleveland's cause and takes some of that pressure off of LeBron.
All right, Sekou Smith covering the Cavs and Hawks just a few miles down the road from here in Atlanta tonight. Sekou on NBA.com will have much more on this game. Thanks, Sekou.
Thanks, guys.